Yes, kids, that's right. After a nearly 3-year-long development cycle, numerous delays, and any number of Kickstarter campaign problems that still don't seem to be over, legendary creator Keiji Inafune is finally able to unleash his latest creation upon the world, Mighty Number 9. Sure, it would be easy to start ragging on this game for missing all of its launch dates, signing on with a publisher after raising the money on Kickstarter, or for any of the other problems it had during development, but strip away all that and you're left with one question. Is it good? Well, not quite, but it could have been great. Mighty Number 9's basic premise is going to sound pretty familiar to anyone who survived the 8 or 16-bit eras of gaming. You're a small robot named Beck who needs to track down his former robot friends who have all been driven crazy by a mysterious force and prevent them from destroying mankind. Every time you defeat one of these malfunctioning bots, you can absorb their special power to use against other foes and challenges. And the order in which you defeat the robots brings subtle changes to later levels, like allowing you to avoid fights and obstacles, just like in Mega Man X. It's nothing groundbreaking, but that's not the point. This is just Inafune's chance to deliver the Mega Man game we've wanted since he was let go from Capcom. The big new gameplay twist here is that Beck has the ability to absorb powers from any robot he encounters along the way, not just the boss of each level. Weakening an enemy robot to a certain point allows you to absorb their so-called cell energy, which temporarily boosts your speed, attack power, health, or damage resistance depending on the color absorbed. Additional combo bonuses are granted for absorbing enemies quickly without taking damage, and the system seems designed to encourage speed and precision, exactly like you would want out of any game in the vein of classic Mega Man. This all sounds pretty great on the surface, and I have to say that when it works, it's a ton of fun. But the biggest disappointment you'll typically encounter in Mighty Number 9 is that it just doesn't all come together like it should. We may never truly know why, but it feels like at some point in development the designers had a great idea for a game and then just didn't quite know how to work the rest of the game around it. The first and biggest problem is that the game is just really frustratingly hard. And not in that good, learn from your mistakes kind of way either. Cheap deaths abound in every level, from hard-to-dodge spike traps to intentionally spiteful enemy placement, and every dirty trick in between. Between the constant deaths, iffy level design, and the fact that you never really get the chance to get the hang of all of your powers and moves, you spend most of your time with Mighty Number 9 just feeling like it isn't really coming together. The boss fights don't fare a lot better in this department. Each fight is surprisingly difficult, even when you've unlocked some extra powers to help out, and all of them have an extremely cheap and difficult to dodge one-hit kill attack that you're going to fall victim to plenty of times, even after several attempts. Surviving these encounters frequently seems to be more of a matter of luck than anything else, and you're never given the impression your skills are advancing or your character is becoming more powerful in any way. There are a few glimmers of hope throughout the game, however. The charmingly retro-future aesthetic looks like it falls somewhere between Astro Boy and Space Channel 5, and the game's low-res presentation and synth-chit-based music looks and sounds good and works very well with the game's overall vibe. And the levels aren't all bad. The few enjoyable ones rely on entertaining gimmicks or themes, such as a fight across moving vehicles, a level-wide search for a constantly relocating sniper that forces you to dodge his bullets all the while, or a frantic climb up the side of a radio tower, complete with changing wind conditions and an insane airplane robot who mocks you on your climb. Mighty Number 9 has a ton of personality, even if it isn't quite enough to make up for the short-sighted level design and frequently frustrating challenges. And that, I think, is the biggest problem with Mighty Number 9 in general. Way deep down, buried under layers of bad level design, frustrating enemies, and unfair challenges is a really fun idea for a game. Forcing the player to rely on their speed and agility while treating every enemy as a potential power-up is a great concept, and one that other recent games have used with strong effect. But you know what they say about good ideas and bad execution, and Mighty Number 9 is a sadly perfect example of that. If nothing else, I just really want Inafune and his team to get a second chance at it. There's a great game hidden in here somewhere, it just didn't quite get the refinement and love it needed before they sent it out into the world. So I guess if Mighty Number 9 leaves any kind of lasting history, Even if it never gets that second chance, it should be remembered for its potential and core concepts, even if it didn't quite stick the landing. With that in mind, though, considering how it turned out, I'm gonna have to stick Mighty Number 9 with a 2.5 out of 5. Sorry, Beck. Better luck next time, if there is one.
Power down sequence. Bye for now.